Hey everybody, this is Blazy903. If you're new to the channel, please hit like and smash that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my experience with applying 3M protective film on my brand new Hyundai Sonata in this section here. And we'll see how easy it is. I'm also going to have my 12-year-old daughter help me apply it, so that will validate the ease of use. So we'll see how it goes. Let's get right into it. And before we officially get started, I wanted to introduce my daughter Abigail, who's visiting me from Florida for the next 2 weeks. So we're gonna just chill, hang out, and maybe shoot a few more videos together. But at the very least, I wanted to show her how to apply the protective film, how to just do things with the car, so hopefully when she grows up, she'll be a car enthusiast just like you and I. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I've already hit this with clay bar just to remove the wax. And it's clean and prepped, it's ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and stretch this out, a pair of scissors, and we're gonna cut it to size. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have like a 1/4 inch to maybe a 1/2 inch overhang on the sides and the bottom here. Are we good? And looks like we're good, so we're going to go ahead and cut it to size. Okay. Okay, so now that everything is trimmed out and fitted to size, we're going to go ahead and take the soap and water solution. I have already removed some of the protective film here, and we're going to spray the bottom part and start removing the trim.
I actually had the film on backwards, so the backing that I'm removing is upside down, which should have been an indicator of how bad the rest of the video was gonna go.
Oh man. Did you ruin it? I think I did. Hold on, folks. This is the film here.
I was about to say this is not the film. So we could go.
Okay.
Where you saved it.
Yeah, I'll hold like this, please. You run it backwards, that's what it is. So let's take this out. Put this one, walk this way. Yep. Okay, there you go. Perfect. Now, we got another little back. And now that it's been trimmed to size, we're going to remove the protective film and hit it with soap and water on both the vehicle and the film itself. And we're going to be very liberal with the spray, so it doesn't stick. Move the back in, please. There we go. Wiggle away. Okay. Alrighty. Remove the backing. Remove the backing. Oh no. Okay. Now we're just going to make sure that it's 1/4 or 1/8 of an inch on each side, including the bottom. Okay. Now we'll take a squeegee. Now what we're going to do is spray the outside. And as you can see, it's falling a little bit, so we're just push it back up. Bringing it back into position. 1/4 of an inch. That's way too high. Let's bring it down. Okay. Go ahead and squeegee out. So things to be careful for. It's a piece of hair that is stuck in here, so I'm trying to get out. There it is. Okay. Wow. A lot of hair. Make it so permanent. And now that we have applied the protective film, which by the way was not an easy task. I don't know yet if I'm gonna put bloopers at the end or not, but this is way longer than I thought that it would. This is the first time that we've ever done it, so I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting out some of the trim, the excess. So what you do is you make sure that you're holding a little piece and you just rest the blade without cutting the paint. Make sure you use a new blade. And there, you just kind of rest it on the body of the car. Now you can tuck it in. I'm choosing not to tuck it in. Okay, so at this point, we have fully installed the protective film. But since it is our first time, I'm not happy with it at all. So we're gonna consider this a fail. And we're gonna remove it, and we're gonna film the removal process, and we're also gonna film all the imperfections of this install. Okay, so come a little closer so I can show you all the mistakes. So here, this is totally my rookie mistake here. I did not overlap it enough. So that's rippled. That wouldn't be a big deal. This here, I had to make a cut, a stress cut. Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. Fingers all over the place here. No matter what I did, it would not stay down. So the rest of it looks okay. It looks fine. It's in essence invisible. Actually looks okay from here. Okay, now for the removal of the newly installed 3M protective film. So, since it's just installed, it's not going to be hard to remove, but I'm going to hit it with soapy water. You can pull it. You're going to need both hands and pull hard. Maybe take this one. And that, my friends, is how not to spend an hour of your life. Finally removed. I don't know when we're gonna try it again. We do have more protective film, but great bonding experience. I'm glad we got to make the video together, but just didn't work out, you know, how I thought it would. Again, I cannot preface it enough. This is and was our first time. The most difficult part was this section here and the fingers. Just couldn't remove them. It's nothing I can do to remove them, so maybe there will be another way, or watch some more YouTube videos on how to apply in a curvy area and just to minimize the amount of fingers that you get. But it was fun making the video. I'm glad I got to make it with my daughter. I had a really good time. We had some good laughs. I even stuck myself with the blade, so a little bit of blood was shed in this video just for you guys. But in any event, as always, till the next one, drive safely. So I just used your normal soap and water solution with the clay bar. Take two. At this point,
Take three.
At this point, I went ahead and clay barred the front of the vehicle where we're going to apply the protective film. And actually, you know what? I'm going to introduce you first.
Oh my god, Dad.
And this is my daughter Abigail, who's visiting me from Florida. And she's going to be my little helper today, trying to show her how to do different things to the vehicle and
Gold.
there you go. And this is my daughter Abigail, who's visiting me from Florida.
What? You look over to me and like,
yes. And this is my daughter Abigail, who's visiting me from Florida. So she's here for 2 weeks, and we're gonna just do a few videos together. She's my little. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And before we officially get started, I wanted to introduce my daughter Abigail. So she's visiting. And before we officially get started, I wanted to introduce my daughter Abigail. She's visiting.
I looked at
This is why it's taking so many hours to do a video. And before we officially get started, I wanted to introduce my daughter Abigail, who's.
I almost started dying laughing.
Okay, now that it's stripped, did I introduce you to this part?
You introduced me.
In the beginning, right? And before we officially get started, I wanted to introduce my daughter Abigail, who's visiting me from Florida, and she'll spend the next 2 weeks here with me, and we're gonna just chill and hang out and shoot a couple of videos together. So,
You're doing so good.
I know, one more time. Okay, so now that everything is trimmed out, we're ready to remove the. So now that everything is trimmed out to size, we're ready to remove the protective. What's it called?
Film.
Huh?
Film.
Yeah, but it's called protective film anyway. So now that everything is cut to size, we're ready to remove the protective backing and hit it with as much soap as required.
You are so stuttering there.
I know. Ready? So now that everything is trimmed.
What? I'm doing my job. It's getting hot. You need a fan up there.
Wait, I know. Ready? 1, 2, 3.